talking about like impact, and we come in here like, I don't know if you've listened to podcast before, but like we'll have some wild takes and then we try to justify it. And one of the wildest takes that might be justifiable is you started streetwear.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that.
Oh, wow.
I believe that.
No way I can take that.
Now, just facts here. We don't do facts.
Hear that. Remember, this is feelings, no facts on this podcast. Now, how did Tony Hawk start streetwear? We're talking about streetwear. This is like hip hop inspired clothing that everybody's wearing right now. Now, Mark, get to how Tony Hawk, skateboarder from San Diego.
Yeah.
54 years old?
I'm 53. Am I supposed 53? To defend this position? Or am I supposed to dispute it?
Yeah. You're going to defend it and you're going to dispute it. Yeah. He's already on board. He's like, I did.
Whatever you want me to say.
No. Okay. So, but he had a good argument. Yeah. Okay. So go.
So I played the games growing up and I loved them. And I always noticed that on all the games, there was like the soundtrack was instrumental. So to back up a little bit, streetwear, in my opinion, is basically the merging of hip hop culture and skateboarding. So you have like brands like Supreme and stuff that, Palace, things like that skateboarding, hip hop come together. So basically once black dudes start skateboarding, streetwear is born. And in my opinion, I think most black kids started skateboarding because of the video game.
Now, Mark grew up with no black people in his life.
Yeah, I know one.
So
and
this
he's
is
right
a
next
guess.
to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now,
you have that one friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Imaginary. No. But Al could probably confirm that is true. Now, I grew up in the city skateboarding, right? I had the Vision skateboard that just had the little baby lip on the front.
I didn't think you were that old.
I'm old. Right, 37. I'm out here. So, and I remember it becoming popular, and I remember the video game, and I remember my friends like Dominican, Puerto Rican, black dudes were all playing this game, right? And it was also popular when like snowboard video games were coming out as well, and that was going. But I remember an interesting thing happening because later on in life, I would play FIFA, the soccer game.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about soccer. And I had friends of mine that were black were like, bro, this was us with skateboarding. Like, I only knew these guys from the video game. Yep. I didn't know them as actual athletes until after I started playing it.
Okay.
Right? So these worlds collide. Mm-hmm. This fashion that becomes the predominant fashion for people now, I guess, maybe under 30, right? Everybody is going crazy because of you.
Oh, well.
You need a cut. You need a cut.
I got my share. I'm doing okay. I think more that when I was working on a game, I set out to bring the skate culture with that. And that involved the skaters, the tricks, the look, the music, the culture. And so I was really proud of how it was represented in the game. I really thought that the game was only going to be popular among skaters.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like, I inspired some skaters to buy PlayStations. And to me, that was it. That was the mark of success because then that means they appreciated it for being authentic.
Right.
And what I didn't anticipate was that it was going to resonate far beyond skateboarding and to gamers. And so I definitely wanted to be inclusive. I think there's part of me regrets not being more inclusive with the roster of skaters, but because we only had one person of color, we had one female skater but a lot of people point to that.
There was a female skater in it.
Yeah, Alyssa Steamer.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
in the first one. Yeah.
Wow. And
you could have also just had you, and everybody would have been like, "Yeah, I play that game all the time."
Yeah.
I didn't know there was anyone else.
Yeah, we just used you.
But it was also a sign of the times. It was also a sign of times in that the general layout of skating was more white. Yeah. And so, but I'm thankful that if that's what inspired people to start doing it, especially in different cultures, then that was awesome. Like that. That's exactly what I would have hoped for, but I just didn't imagine it was going to be that big.
Dude, it was crazy. It was like, I was reading some statistic where like they thought that it was going to sell 250,000 games and it sold 5 million.
I have a funny story about that, actually.
Go.
As the game was getting released, they could sense the buzz of it. I was just going a million miles an hour because I was still doing X Games, and I was just like I was working on the game. I was proud of it, but I just didn't imagine it was going to be big. And they called me right before the release, and they said, "We want to offer you a buyout of future royalties.
These pieces of shit. These pieces of shit. Oh God.
Did the red flag go off right there? Did you realize?
No, are you kidding me? They said we want to buy you off for $500,000.
You're
And I was like,
sick.
at that time in my life,
Yeah.
someone saying $500,000 sounded like a gazillion billion dollars. And I had just moved into a new house. I was getting pretty good royalties. Still, I was starting to make good money just from being a pro skater.
Right.
And I told him, I go, you know what? I think I'm just gonna take a chance and go for it.
thank God.
If I hadn't bought that house right then, I probably would have taken it.
Wow.
But I had just, like I said, bought a new house and was able to pay the mortgage, which is something that was new to me, being able to afford the mortgage on my house.
Yeah.
And so I took a chance, and it was definitely the best financial decision in my life.
So were you, I mean, I don't want to, get in your pockets too much here, but like, I do want to. But so did they give you like a piece of the game, or like, how does it work with?
Yeah, royalties. Yeah.
So you just get a percentage of every game
Yeah.
purchase
Yeah.
and all the money that comes with the game, etc. Like if they sell merch or they sell.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of stuff happened based on the success of the game. I got all kinds of different endorsements and things and licensing deals. And I definitely attribute that to the success of the game.
100.
The thing that was the real silver lining to all of it was that all of the skaters had a deal that if it reaches these certain marks of sales,
They get a piece.
they get more. They get almost what they signed up for, and that original crew of skaters did really well.
That's great.